Look at these majestic black beauties. The past symbol of greatness from General Motors. Oh, excuse me. Hold on. Sorry. Now, this Buick here, I remember seeing back in the 90s. It was actually parked at our residence and it was for sale. And that's all right. And here she is. So occasionally see her here at the Orange Julep. And her majestic beauty. Symbol of power of yesteryear. Yeah. Power just like that jet up there. Love those mirrors. Look at that. I remember I used to have a friend who had one of these. It was a super though, it wasn't a special, it was more lavish, you know. And I had a great ride these cars. And I remember reading one time though, you see how the dash is really chromy, very reflective. I remember reading somewhere in an old car magazine that said that a guy who was an owner of a 56 Buick, he's like, yeah, you really got to wear Ray-Bans all the time because if not, you could get into an accident because that dash is so fucking reflective, you know? Yeah. All here by the famous Orange Julep restaurant. Sitting here next to a 63 Impala in a nice color. You know, and the funny thing is, whoever's had this car had it for a long time because it's still wearing a 79 issue plate. And 79 was the first year for the white plates in Quebec with the blue lettering numbers. God, you see this angle? Go figure. I took a photo of this car like 15 years ago in this exact same angle, except it had thin white wall tires, not the big ones, you know? See what she looks like here. Oh yeah, clean as a whistle. Yeah. Shit. Love red and black. What the hell is that? You see, in Cuba, for the longest time, they love to take these mirrors here. And what they do is they put them on their rear fenders and they put taillight lenses on them whether they work or not, and it's just a beautiful decor item. It just adds to the cars. So no, they're actually mirrors. It's just that these are very typical aftermarket mirrors. Aftermarket meaning that you could have bought, these type of mirrors after this car was made, so like after 56 or 59, whatever. And they had so many of these mirrors down there that they just started tacking them on to the rear fenders and putting like taillight lenses out of a Chevy or something, or a Caddy or whatever, and it just adds to the car. It's a very Cuban thing to do that, but to see that here, you would never see that here. So I know a little bit too much about old cars. Trucks, buses, trains, subways, planes, you know. I'm for the preservation of the old school, you know, because they'll never make these beautiful bastards again, ever. And I revel in this stuff ever since I was a little kid, 9 years old about. I fell in love with Ghostbusters and the Cadillac Ecto-1 and all that stuff started, magazines, movies, you know. It's what the stuff that really leaves us the impression of these vehicles, you know. Their massiveness, their girth, their chrome, the engines, the sounds, the smells, the details. Like this here, for example, the portholes. which are supposedly back in the day were deemed to be actually functional, meaning that air would get into the fenders and go into the interior and stuff. Just they don't make any shit like that anymore, you know. So yeah, she's a sweet ride. Glad she's still here.